Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. In today's video, we are going to be putting together the one book that I use to organize my entire life. This is my Tom 90 planner, which is a planner that I have used over 5 years in order to help me to stay on top of everything that I have going on in my life and achieve different goals. So this is video 3 within our Vlogmas series, and in this video, I wanted to put together this planner for 2026 and talk about how I organize this book. So in yesterday's video, we talked about organizing your planner by action, and I talked about the different topics that I will use within this one book to help me to plan my day by action. And in today's video, we're going to actually set it up so that I can share with you each one of the planner layouts that I am using for the different topics. So first, here is the laminated cover. This is the cover that I am using for 2026. It says one book to organize your life, and it does have my Tom 90 information down here. But I use this laminate cover, and I also will use a leather cover on top. I will switch it throughout the year. Sometimes I will use black, other times I will use brown. I believe to begin the year, I am going to start off with black, and then I usually switch around the springtime and switch over to brown. So I'm starting off by adding in these gold discs. These are 1-inch metal gold discs that I will use. I do have them within my shop as well. Everything that I'm showing you today, I do have it within my shop. So if you're interested in just parts of what I'm showing you, then you can definitely check out my Etsy shop. Or if you want the entire setup, you can definitely check the link in the description box. So I have added the gold disc on the side, and we are going to go through each one of these areas. So the first thing to note is that this is a 90-day planner. I like to set up my planner by 90 days because that is usually how I will set up my goals. This is based loosely off of the 12-week year, and I do have a video coming up on why I like 90-day goals, and so we are going to dive deeper into that. But because I do 90-day goals, my planner is set up by 90 days as well. And the first planner that I have within my system is my weekly hourly planner, or the planner that I call my schedule planner. This planner really serves as the hub or my catch-all planner. It is the one that I use mainly to manage my time. This one has my top tasks. I usually will keep track of the top things that I would like to do throughout my day, and I also keep up with every place that I need to go, no matter what subject it falls under. So it keeps up with all of my church appointments, my home appointments, my personal work, all of that goes within this planner. This is a weekly hourly planner. So the very first page here are my goals, because like I said, I will do 90-day goals, and I usually will set up 4 for the entire year. And so I will put those on this very first page. And then we have my annual planner. My annual planner is where I can break down everything that's coming up for the upcoming year. January, February, March. This is the first quarter. And then we have the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So I have everything that I need within this section because, like I said, my planner is only set up for 90 days. And so this helps me to see anything else that's coming up in future months. Then we have my future planning page. So this is where I can add additional details for additional things that are coming up throughout the year. And then it goes into my routines, my planner routines, and the 8 main routines that I will set up for the year. And then after this, it goes into the actual planner. So we are going to start setting up these pages in tomorrow's video. But for today, I wanted to share with you each one of these planners and how I use them. The planner itself is a weekly hourly planner. This means that I can set up my main goals on my overview page here, and then I will use my monthly calendar to map out all of the things that I have going on throughout the course of the month. And then we have the planner itself. The planner is based on time. So it goes from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. And this is the planner that I will use to map out every appointment that I have throughout the day, any place that I need to go, no matter what subject it falls under. So if it's work, if it's home, if it is church, it will all go within this planner. And then at the very top here, I will list the top 3 things that I want to get done by the end of this particular day. So this keeps me on track for the top things that I want to get done in order to consider this day a successful one. And then I will map out all of my appointments and meetings here. This is the planner that I am using to manage my time. So it really helps me to stay on top of anything that is going on throughout the course of the month with my time. And the other change that I have made to this planner for this year is I have added in 5 weeks. So sometimes there are 4 weeks in a month, sometimes there are 5 weeks in the month. So I have added an additional week just in case a month is 5 weeks instead of 4. I know a couple of you would run into that challenge depending on when you have purchased this planner. So that is a change that I have made for this year. And then at the end, we still have my brain dump, which is where you can list out everything that's coming up for the upcoming month before you plan out that month. But we have 3 months of this planner within here so that I could plan out the entire quarter, all 90 days within this section of my planner. The second planner that I keep within this system is my to-do planner. Now my to-do planner is a vertical planner layout. So this is where I am keeping all of my brain dumps, my long to-do list, just anything that I have coming up that I want to make sure that I don't forget. I will keep it all within this planner, and it doesn't matter what subject it falls under, it all goes within here. So this planner does have an overview page as well, and I will list out all of the main big things that I might have going on. So a lot of times I will put work projects or church projects on this page to remind myself of the big things that I would like to get done. And then we have the monthly calendar. This is where I will list out my social media calendar for the month. I'm going to map out all of the videos that I would like to post. I like to keep it here because all of my appointments are within my schedule planner, so I don't need that for this, but I will keep track of all of my work things, mainly social media, in this section of the planner. And then after that, you just have vertical boxes. So I am mapping out all of my to-dos, keeping one really long to-do list within this planner, and I will write all over the page because that's what this one is for. It's a brain dump. It's so I can keep track of everything that's coming up, and I am able to use this page in order to help me to plan the very next week in my schedule planner. But I love having these to-do boxes. I keep this planner really simple, and it helps me to remember all of my to-dos. So I mainly love to use this planner so that I am not writing lists in random places like on the back of an envelope. I will keep all of my lists in this one spot, and it helps me to remember everything. And I will usually do it within this planner instead of my schedule planner because I don't have as much space in my schedule planner. There's not enough space for me to write one really long to-do list. I could only possibly do it one time on my sidebar, but after that, I wouldn't have space to do it anywhere else. And so that's where the vertical planner comes in. It really does help me because I have a lot of space where I could write down anything I would need. The next planner in my setup is my maintenance planner. Now my maintenance planner is pretty new to my lineup, but this is the one that I am going to use for my overall maintenance, which includes home planning and routines and everything that has to do with me personally and also my family. So the overview page is where I will keep up with different goals that I have personally or things that I would like to do for our home. Same thing with my calendar. I will map out things that I would like to do for the family or any organization project deadlines that I might have for my house. And then we have the dashboard layout. This is where I am going to keep up with my menu for the week, what workouts we have done, any family planning we have to do, anything for the girls' school or their homework, anything that has to do with us personally, cleaning routines, all of that is going to go in here. So this one is really going to help me out with my personal development, my beauty, my home, my family, any type of maintenance or routines that I have going on, it will go within this planner. Now, I like to keep these separate from my to-dos because my to-dos is mainly going to be a lot of work and church things that I need to accomplish, and usually those deadlines are a little bit more stricter and firmer than the ones in my maintenance planner. I will set deadlines because I do believe that if you set a deadline, you are more than likely to accomplish it. However, these deadlines are very flexible because they're going to be based on things that I am trying to accomplish personally. So if I have a deadline for a home project, that one I more than likely am going to be able to move. It will be a little bit more flexible than the deadlines that I have in my work planner because those are going to be firm because they're usually based on other things. So having a planner that is dedicated to my overall maintenance is going to help me to stay on top of these things, but not feel that I am too overwhelmed, because the things in this planner are going to be a little bit more flexible. So I'm mainly going to keep all of my workouts, menu stuff, and main projects on this side, and then the day-to-day things that I need to get done, like cleaning, will go on this side. Now this one's pretty new to the bunch, so we are going to see how it's going to work out, but I am very excited for it. I do feel like it's going to help me with planning all of my personal things. The next planner within my system is my meetings planner, my notes planner, my learning planner. This is the planner that I am going to use in order to keep up with all of my notes throughout the course of the month. This is another one that's really simple. We just have the overview page where I can keep up with what I am reading, what I am trying to learn this month, or any meetings that I need to schedule. I will also jot down the meetings, the details of different meetings within my monthly calendar. And then we have the notes page. Notes pages are very simple. It is just line pages, so I can keep up with the date and the different notes that I have throughout the month. Like I said, I like to use this one to keep up with meeting notes, different things that I am learning, and any projects that I might be working on. I will use these pages in order to keep up with the notes throughout the course of the month. This is becoming another one of my favorite planners, and it's mainly because it has helped me keep up with so many notes that I would normally lose, to be honest. Even though I always write down my notes, many times I will forget what brainstorming notebook I was currently using at the time. And now with this planner in place, I could look at my calendar, look at when a meeting occurred, and then easily flip to the month within my notes planner or my monthly planner, and easily able to see the notes for that particular topic. So adding this one into my setup has definitely helped me so much with organizing my notes. And this one is my monthly planner because it just has a monthly calendar and then note pages behind it. So I know that this one's going to help me for 2026 as well. Now my next two planners are subject based, and that's because I only use them at specific times of the day. The very first one is my faith planner. My faith planner is the one that helps me with my spiritual life. I will use the monthly page in order to jot down what I am planning on learning for that particular month. So I could be doing a character study or a book study or a topic study. I will add that part here, and then on my monthly calendar is where I will map out the verse of the day. I usually like to add the verse of the day every single day into this calendar. And then we go into my weekly pages. So my weekly pages are horizontal pages where I can jot down the different notes that I have from the topics that I am currently learning about. So whatever I put on my monthly overview page, this is where I'm going to actually jot down the notes from what I am learning. And I have 4 weeks within here to where I can do that. And then we have my Bible study soap sheets. So this is when I am doing a particular scripture study. I want to go a little bit deeper, and they have the scripture, observation, application, and prayer. And so I will fill these out every now and then whenever I am in the mood to do a scripture study. And then after this, we do have my sermon notes. So my sermon notes are the notes that I will use throughout the month when I am in church. So whenever I am in church and I am taking notes from the teachings on that particular Sunday, I will use these pages, and they are very helpful for me to keep up with the different topics that we are learning on a Sunday morning. So we have 3 months of my faith planner within here. This one helps me to make sure that I just maintain my Bible study, because it's very easy for me to get sidetracked and not do it as consistent as I want to. But whenever I am flipping through this planner, if I see that the pages aren't filled out, then it is an indication to me that I need to get back on it, and I need to make sure that I am making it a priority. And the last planner within my setup is my budget planner. The budget planner is the planner that helps me to manage our money. So what bills we need to pay, make sure that I'm staying on top of our expenses. I have our budget categories, our savings, our money routines, our financial goals. All of that is within this planner, and we will be setting this one up together. I am going to be sharing with you exactly how I set up these different pages so that you are able to set it up as well. And we do have the monthly pages within here as well, and I will usually add my goals on this page. I will write out all of the bills that we have to pay on those pages. And then we have my monthly and my paycheck budgets. And like I said, this one just really helps me to stay on top of our money. So I am able to write out our paycheck budget every single week, keep track of what income is coming in, and also keep track of all of my expenses throughout the month as well. So we can do that for 3 months. And this is the full planner. This is all 6 sections of my planner, the one book that I use to organize my life, and I will carry this planner with me everywhere. So usually I will throw it in my bag, and then wherever I am throughout the day, I am able to pick up this planner, flip to a section, and I have everything I need in one spot. So if I need to write down some notes, I have my notes section. If I need to schedule a meeting, I have my schedule planner. If I need to write down a to-do list, I have my to-do planner. Pay a bill, I have my budget planner. It is all in one spot. And of course, throughout this series, we're going to be going deeper into this book and how I use it, going into each one of the different sections. But I just wanted to share with you in this video how it is set up and structured. There also are some additional inserts that we are going to be talking about as we go deeper into this series as well, because I do use inserts along with these planners in order to make sure that I have everything that I need. So make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any additional videos that are coming up in this series. And remember, if you want to get your hands on this one, I will leave the link in the description box, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye, guys.